think that GPS is helping your brain, and in many ways it is. I mean, we certainly all can navigate to our destinations a little bit faster. But it may also be weakening one of the most important resilience systems that humans ever evolved: your ability to recover from uncertainty. Welcome to the Fear Less Stress Lab. I'm Dr. Rebecca Heiss, and today we're talking about why getting slightly lost might actually be good for your brain. Now, I may be dating myself here, but I remember printing out MapQuest directions. Some of you are probably already stressed just hearing that sentence. You'd print out like 5 pages, miss one exit, and suddenly you were completely lost somewhere behind a Cracker Barrel asking a gas station employee for directions. And honestly, that whole process may have been doing something incredibly important for our brains. Because uncertainty used to be normal. You'd miss turns, you'd adjust, you'd recover. And every single time that you recovered, your brain updated the narrative. It gathered evidence like, I can handle this. But modern technology has removed almost all navigational uncertainties. GPS tells us exactly where to go, exactly when to turn, and exactly how many minutes remain. And the second the system fails, we panic. Not because we're actually in danger, but because our brain has stopped practicing uncertainty. And research shows that heavy GPS reliance actually reduces activity in the hippocampus. That's the part of the brain that's involved in spatial memory, navigation, and cognitive mapping. So your brain literally builds internal maps when you actively navigate. But passive navigation, like GPS, just following those instructions, that's completely different. And your brain becomes less engaged in building recovery pathways. So this matters far beyond driving, because uncertainty navigation is a skill. Relationships, leadership, parenting, career change, AI disruption, none of those things come with turn-by-turn directions. And if your nervous system hasn't practiced this recovery, uncertainty starts to feel dangerous instead of manageable. And that's the real issue. The problem isn't uncertainty. Humans evolved for uncertainty. The problem is that modern life stopped training us for it. And here's where stress comes in. Your stress response isn't automatically bad, it's readiness. Your body mobilizes resources in order to help you adapt. But when we never practice uncertainty, at least voluntarily, our brains start interpreting every unknown as a tiger, a real life and death situation, and suddenly that missed deadline feels absolutely catastrophic. A career pivot feels impossible. Not because you're weak, but because your brain lost this uncertainty fitness. So here's your challenge this week. Pick one relatively familiar route and drive it without GPS. Use landmarks, make decisions, miss a turn if you need to. And most importantly, then practice recovery instead of panic. Because confidence doesn't come from perfect navigation. It comes from learning over and over again that you have the ability to recover. Stay stressed, my friends, but let's all learn to fear it a little bit less.